Alright, what's up, y'all? We are back with Tia Mowry's My Next Act, Season 1, Episode 6. TV Mama Knows Best. So, the episode starts with Tia at an audition. She's meeting with Billy Woodruff. Y'all, I think he was a music producer, because I know I would see his name all the time, like in a lot of 2000 video, in the 2000s era, 99, 2000s, in that era, their videos and stuff. He asked Tia, he was like really surprised, like, what are you doing here? And she was like, am I not supposed to be here? And he says that he's looking for a more mature person in this role, because if y'all notice, when she went to sit out, when she walked in, there were 3 or 4 women sitting there, but they were older Caucasian women. And I was like, maybe they're auditioning for something else. But she was there, to audition as well. I guess her manager didn't kind of check on that, so it was like some wires crossed or whatever. She says that she doesn't like the rejection part of the role. Of the audition. She says she also rather do Zoom auditions versus in-person auditions. And she also says that she didn't have to audition for Sister, so that's probably why she doesn't really like auditions. Anyway, in the next scene, y'all, Cairo and Tia is painting. And it's so cute because she had the setup and everything. So she asked Cairo if she wants to act, and Cairo was like, no. Y'all, this little baby is so indecisive. Like, you cannot ask her these things, because that's what we have been seeing since the first episode, and we're now in episode 6, and we are constantly seeing that she wants one thing today and another thing tomorrow. She's like 5 or 6, so it is what it is. Anyway, Charles calls her, but she doesn't answer in a moment. She says she wants to be in a moment with her daughter, and that she'll talk to him later. Overall, she likes Charles, but she's not there anymore. So, y'all, in the next scene, we get to see Jack Gay, aka Sandra Clark, married. Baby, if y'all don't watch 227, y'all got to go. Listen, 227 is still streaming, okay? Because I started watching season 1 a couple weeks ago. 227 is still streaming. If y'all need me to sing the theme song, I can. Just drop it below. But we're not going to do that, because that's not what this is about. But we are happy to see Auntie Jackie. Y'all, she look good. She give rich auntie, like, she gave rich auntie on 227. She was just like that hot auntie, that young auntie that had the men at her ankles, honey. Anyway, she looked good. Jackie tells Tia that she had it all, and it went to shit show. Sorry about my language. But I also kept telling y'all in the first episode that Tia was not ready to date. She was just going along because everybody felt like she should have been dating. And I was just like, no. Girl, no, why? Like, you're not even used to being alone. You're still trying to figure that out. And there was a lot of crying. And I'm sorry, y'all. I get people crying. People go through stuff. But I do not feel like in order to get past one person, you have to get under someone else. I don't believe in that. I believe in feeling all the feels and dealing with the woes of it before you decide to commingle with anybody in any type of way. And people could disagree, and if you disagree, drop it down below. But if you agree, let me know in the comments. Anyway, Jack Gay says she was on Tia's side, since the divorce, and it is what it is. She said you have to pick a side. So then they talk about, Tia talks about she has been saved since the age of 8. She's learned how to speak in tongues, and I didn't know that, which is amazing. But also, even though she's learned all of those things, she's also been put in a box. And now she's discovering Tia. And I will say this, that I completely understand that, because 2 years ago it took a friend of mine to come in and made me realize how much of a box I was put in. So she was like, she would ask me different questions like, hey, would you do this? And my response was, oh no, I can't do that, because I can't do that because I go to church. And again, everybody may not agree with me. I'm not doing anything that's harmful or unpleasing to the Lord. I just feel like there's this level of boxing that you're put in, and there's not freedom that comes out of it. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying I understand. Anyway, Tia says that she's never been single, and she's in therapy now, and I wholeheartedly agree with therapy. Like, I literally just had that session 2-3 hours ago. And Jack Gay tells Tia that love will happen when she least expected. And Tia then says she is now ready for her next act. And again, in that moment, I understood all of it. Like, that was, I get it. I totally get it. But I also, I'm gonna go back and say she was not ready. I just think that her friends was trying to push her along, especially Sierra was trying to push her along too fast. And I get it, but you have to allow somebody to process all of it. And for her, this divorce was new to her. So she has to learn how to be with Tia. Not nobody else. No date. Like, it's cool, but sometimes you just gotta learn how to be with just you and your thoughts. So Tia calls Charles and I want to say she tells him she's not ready. I'm sorry, y'all. She didn't say she was ready. She wasn't ready. She told, yeah, and she also told them that they was moving too fast. And so, she actually had the cameras to unhook her, because she felt like even though this was her reality, some conversations just don't need to be had on camera. And I was completely okay with that. So then, y'all, Jerome comes to her bedroom, and she tells him that she told Charles that she wasn't ready. And Tia says that she's okay with the unknown. She says she's still vulnerable, but she's putting herself first. The next day, she goes outside with both of her friends, Sierra and Natasha, and she tells the ladies that she wasn't ready. And again, I've been saying that, and I just felt like they kept trying to push her to be ready, and that's the one part I didn't like. Like, you can live this life and be single, but you really need to learn how to be by yourself. In fact, how are you going to learn to be with anybody else if that's the case? But be by yourself first. Love on you first. So she tells them that Charles stopped at the house with a corsage and gave it to her so he can take her on her first prom. And I thought that was really sweet. But then, sorry y'all, you see Natasha, she's like, you gave him your address, and it's like now all of a sudden y'all are tough about her and Charles when y'all was the two that set her up. Like, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Maybe, I'm reading way too much into this, but I didn't like it. It was like, now, because she's not ready, it felt like a little bashing of Charles. And I don't know. I felt like he was shifty from the beginning a little bit, but he has some decent qualities. But I still felt like I'm going to keep my third eye on you. So, I guess. Anyway, Tia decides to take Jerome to celebrate his departure. He's been there for 2 weeks, and I actually like Jerome. Like, I know in the beginning I was like, but I like Jerome. They exchanged pleasantries, and then they showed the montages of Jerome and Cairo, and it was just too cute because y'all, I really thought that he was gonna cry and all of that. But Tia says Jerome has been a safe space, and y'all, the reason why she took Jerome out is because the day he, the day he goes back home, she's not gonna be home. So she tells him again that he is a safe space, and I think he was really there in that moment for her and for Cairo, and he actually got to know Cairo, and I thought that was so nice, so Jerome tells Tia that there is no limit on everything, and for her to get her together. There is no limit. So when you're ready when you're ready. You're not if you're not. You're in love when you're in love, and if you're not, you're just not. People have a way of putting a time capsule on you, putting a timeline on everything, and I used to be one of those people, but I'm not anymore. Anyway, we get to the part where Cairo and Jerome are in the kitchen with the babysitter, and Jerome has made pancakes for Cairo, and y'all can tell he's so attached to her. And in Jerome's confessional, we find out that he needed to heal. And I think him being there has helped him heal. And he said healing feels really good. And I don't know if he was healing from his mom, because y'all remember he had just lost his mom. And or it could have been something else, but he didn't expound on it. So anyway, Tia hires a private chef to come in and cook. But she had a surprise. This was a surprise she had for Sierra and Natasha. And she said that they have been doing so much, really nice gestures for her, that she wanted to do something nice for them. They have been there for her. She expresses how she feels. She personally thanked each of them. She tells Natasha that you have been here, like, I know you have something going on at your home. You have someone, you have your own family. But Tia was alone at one point. Everybody, the kids was with their dad, and she needed somebody there. And Natasha stayed there with her at her home for 3 days. And even though they lived down the street from one another, she still came in and gave Tia what she needed, and I felt like that was so nice. She tells Sierra that she protected her mental space. And when you go back in these episodes, you'll see how Sierra was there for her mental health portion of it. So I thought it was real nice. The food looked good. The chef looked good. Everything just looked good in my book. So, but anyway, y'all, this is where the episode ended. I thought it was really good. I actually thought that this was the last episode, but then I forgot, girl, she finna go to Vegas and act a fool, and I'm here for it. So, y'all, if y'all have any, comments, like it, please comment below, like it, and subscribe to my channel, and I will come to y'all in the next one. Bye.